Welcome to week 7 of the Be Bold Academy. My name is Amanda Catherine Roman, and I'm very excited to be here today with you with my fabulous partner, Lisa Pizik. We are coming to you from all across North America. We got the United States and Canada represented, and we are glad to talk to you today about how to be disciplined in your motivation. And so, Lisa, I'm really hoping you can walk us through some tips and some processes and where to go to find that sometimes elusive motivation.
I love the way you framed that because it's so true. One of the biggest things that people need, that they feel they need in their life, is motivation. And how do we get it? Everybody always wants to know that, right? Our challengers want to know, how the heck do I get motivated to exercise, or motivated to eat clean, or motivated to do whatever are their goals, right? And then as coaches, sometimes we feel like, how do we get motivated on those months that are hard, on those months when everybody's saying no, on those months when we start to question, what the heck am I doing? Because I'd be lying to you if I said that those times didn't happen, no matter where you are at in your business. Whether you are a top coach or whether you've been a coach for a week, everybody has those kinds of feelings and those thoughts. So the first thing I want to tell you about motivation, which is like the most freeing thing to think about, motivation is a discipline that comes from daily, consistent habits. You don't just all of a sudden wake up and go, hey, I'm motivated today, right? You wake up with a plan. You wake up with a plan of attack. And when you start doing those things that matter, and sometimes when we do start ticking off those boxes of those things that matter, not the busy work, we gain momentum. And momentum equals motivation. So the hardest part is taking that first step to get that momentum. But once it starts, the motivation comes, right? So the first thing, it's a discipline. And it's all that stuff we've been telling you. We talked about the 3 vital behaviors. We talked about your power hour and the productivity. That is all of that daily stuff that sometimes isn't sexy. It's not fun sometimes to talk about those things that we have to do, those long conversations that we have to have with people. But that is really what it takes when you're building relationships. Sometimes it's hard when, it's 10 o'clock at night and you've had a crazy day, but you know you got to take 5 minutes to check in with those challengers because they're depending on you. They're looking to you for that leadership and that support. Or you have a teammate or a coach underneath you that really has a true, honest question and needs your support through it or needs some guidance, right? But knowing that by helping them, you're making a difference and you're living out your purpose and you're doing good things. It's like that give and take that we talked about in the last lesson, right? Consistently doing the things that matter is what gives you motivation. And to get the motivation to consistently do the things that matter, you got to have that North Star that Vito Lafata on our team always talks about. I love that guy. He's so smart and he knows what he's talking about. But his big thing is that you have to have that North Star. That is that thing that drives you on the days when you have the I don't wannas. And that happens again to everybody, every business owner even. I mean, that's what this really is, right? This is a business. I know for me, when I opened my quick fitness business, I was like, I just want to teach fitness to people because I love that. I didn't realize there was the whole payroll and marketing and advertising and your books and, all of that stuff that comes along with not just teaching classes to people and training people, right? But those are all the things that help you do those things that you love to do. So it's like, you've got to do those things. That's what gives you that motivation, and having your North Star is what gets that ball rolling. And what I mean by your North Star is, what is that thing that drives you? Why did you want to do this business in the first place? Don't be afraid to think big. Don't be afraid to think about what kind of opportunity or how is this business going to make you feel? Whether in the very beginning, we talked about what drives you. Is it health? Is it relationships? Is it financial? Is it money? What is it? Why are you making that change through this business? That's your North Star. For me, it's my son. Those little eyes staring at me, looking up to me as a role model. And I want to leave my full-time job to be able to have more time to spend with him. So on those days when I'm like, God, I just don't wanna, those little eyes are staring at me. And I'm like, okay, I need to show up. It might not be pretty. It might be ugly, but I'm going to do it because it's momentum and it's action and it's keeping going, right? That's what we tell our challengers. Just take the first couple steps. Yeah. Put in the DVD or click on demand and hit play. I promise you, 2 minutes into your workout, you'll be glad you did it. It's the same thing with this, right? Have that conversation, listen to that call, schedule that getting started right call, check in with your, coaches underneath you, hop on. I don't even care. Sometimes I tell people our team calls, hop on for 20 minutes. If you've got to go do something else, I get it, but get that dose of positivity and that connection with our community, because that's going to give you the motivation. Staying connected in this business is what gives you that motivation. So it's a discipline, comes from daily habit. You know the 3 vital behaviors. We've told you that, right? 3 vital, if you don't know, go back to lesson 1 and review it. Connect with the team and realize that sometimes, when running a business, it's tough. There are going to be days that are tough, and that is okay. How important is it for you to power through that? Because those are the people that are going to be really successful. I know that's you. Those are the people that are going to be really successful in this business. The people that are willing to not give up. Mm-hmm. Because it's usually right before that tipping point that something amazing is about to happen. And that's what people want to see. Mm-hmm. That's how you get the buy-in, that you had every reason to quit, or your back was against the wall, or something was really difficult, and you persevered through instead, right? In a business, things don't happen overnight. Things take time to develop. And staying with that motivation, sticking with it, is what gives you the motivation to make you know that it's worth it. So you got to stick with it, and that's where you have us. You have our team. You have our community. We all share the days that downright suck. Yeah. We share the moments and the days that are great, but that's about being a family and being a community. We share the days that suck, and we help each other through those sucky days, right? We embrace the suck. And that's what this family and this business, that's what keeping it real is all about. Yeah. And that's what people can relate to. So those are like my best tips for motivation, that you just got to have that why, and you got to do. You got to put things into action. Even if you're not sure, even if you don't know, still do something. It's gonna keep you moving forward.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, as Lisa mentioned, this community and this family is here for you. So particularly on those days, if you need help embracing the suck, like that's what we're here for, so you don't have to face that scary inner monologue or the fears that you have going on in your head on those rough days alone. We all have them. We all share them. And sometimes an experience that someone else in our community or family has gone through can help you through that. So I think that's the time, if the self-motivation and your daily disciplines are not getting you to the place that you need to be to take the action that you want to take to build your bold business, come to the community. That's what we're here for. And just remember that the way that you are living in the world and perceiving the world and interacting in the world is what your world's going to look like. So, sometimes starting that day, just reading that inspirational quote, or, doing a little bit of PD, or checking in on our team page and seeing how everyone is doing, that's the motivation that you need. And so sometimes it might look a little different on certain days, but just remember that there's lots of places to go for it. And this family is really chock full of, where you can get that motivation. Because on any given day, some of us are up and some of us are down. And we really want to be there for everybody, no matter where they are. So I just wanted to add that in as well.
Yeah. And on those days when you're struggling, identify what is it that you're why don't you have motivation? What is it that you're struggling with? Because that's where you want to bring that to the table, right? Maybe you're like, I'm tired. I've been doing this. I haven't taken a day off or a break in God knows how many days, right? And it might take an outsider like me or Amanda or somebody on the team to go, okay, take tomorrow night off. Yeah. Give yourself that permission to take care of yourself, right? Or somebody asked me a question about Shakeology and I didn't know how to answer it. Okay, take a guess where your next PD or your next learning lesson, you got to go find that podcast about Shakeology and learn about it, right? So it's instead of going, oh my God, I don't know what the answer is, I'm not going to do anything, I'm scared, forget it. Aim that to identify what that is that you need. And then we can help you aim those resources or exactly what you're supposed to be doing to get that momentum. So it's like, keep the conversation flowing. We're an open book, right? We're there for each other, as Amanda said. So I just wanted to add that in. Cool.
Absolutely. So share in the group what you're doing. Use that hashtag building a bold business, and we will see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.
Bye.